Hey, welcome back to my Awakened Dreamer blog, and I'm walking in the woods with my dog. I want to talk today about equanimity from the heart. I mean that's a little bit different than that head equanimity where you're very detached and sort of above it all and beyond it all and transcendent. My dog, where are you, Leela? There she comes. Because my discovery lately is there's a different kind of equanimity, and it feels more like a soft peace, and it comes from the heart, and it doesn't come as naturally or maybe as effortlessly as my experience of that head equanimity, which is easy to bask in because it meant I don't have to be really involved in the story of this world. I can rise above it. You know, but Jesus had this little saying called being in the world and yet not of it. And I think that's where the heart comes into play. And lately I'm going, how can I be in this world, which is going to hell in a handbasket with the US political scene and my inability to sort of disengage, which I'm writing about a lot now on Medium, as opposed to my blog here, because I'm captivated and I'm enthralled and I'm mortified and I'm horrified, just like everybody else. The whole swoon of feeling states as I watch what's going on in the United States today. A lot of polarization, almost like a split in the country psyche between the fearful and the maybe, I wouldn't say that the liberals are unfearful. Maybe they're all Pollyanna, you know, the Pollyannas and the fearful ones, the extremes. So, back to the heart. The heart center has a kind of equanimity that requires your participation consciously, or at least it does for me. And so when something's in my face and really, you know, just feels not right with the world, I don't want to just ignore it and rise above it all. Sorry, I hope I'm holding this steady. I don't want to just rise above it all. What, and just pretend that this planet, this beautiful planet, I mean, look at this, the woods, this beautiful planet doesn't matter, that all the creatures that are divine sparks like we are don't matter, that the Mother Earth that carries and sustains us doesn't matter. I'd have to imagine that was all true. I'd have to want to believe that for me to disengage at the level of the vast, still, empty, bliss-like state of the head equanimity. So a head awakening, I guess, as Adyashanti probably calls it. So the heart is something new for me. I'm really going deeper into it, new as it seems to be, even though it was established my awakening. Primarily, I was in a vastness for a long time, and the heart part is like a love that I'm surrendering into daily, and deeper and deeper and deeper into it, and it's taking me over gently. It's a seductive, gentle, kind lover, this heart awakening of mine. And so today what happened was I had several very, very angry men on my Facebook page really ranting and making really terrible comments, actually, by most people's socially correct and politically correct standards, you know, and misogynistic, sexist comments, and aiming some of them at me as well, because I had made some comments about Donald Trump that they didn't like, you know, because they're far right, and I'm centrist, actually. I'm not far left or far right. And I live in Canada, so what the heck. But I found myself simply able to absorb their negative comments or their harsh comments, and rather than deflect or duck or hide from them, to simply be with it and to find in myself compassion. And I don't mean like in a kind of condescending way, you know, compassion for the situation, compassion for humanity struggling in this polarity, compassion for the soul of the world. That kind of compassion, and maybe a glimmer of hope. This is happening for some divine reason. The play is full of turmoil right now, but it's got purpose. Leela, the divine play, the game of God, has purpose. And my dog's name is Leela. Hello, there she is, Leela. Come here, come here, come on. Let's get her to say hi. Okay, look. Want to say hi to everybody? Now see, Leela matters. She does. And therefore I can't just go with the whole dump the environment, wealth first, you know, America first angle. And one of my followers, or one of my commenters on Facebook, actually a guy who is pro-Trump, was going on about wealth being the highest virtue. Well, wealth being the highest value and then virtue under it. And it was the weirdest conversation, because how can wealth be a value set aside from reality? You know what I mean? Like, wealth at what cost? You know, wealth isn't inherently good or bad. I'm not talking about evil wealth. I'm talking about in the context of pursuing wealth, pursuing national wealth, individual wealth. It all has to be an ecosystem balance. It all has to be interdependent. It has to be like sourced from the heart. We need a new place to be here in this world, folks, and I hope that it's emerging through the awakening of most of us, or many of us, or hopefully a lot of us. And then hopefully we're taking awakened action from our hearts after that, or as that unfolds. There's no after awakening. It's like ongoing forever and ever. Anyway, this is a ramble at this point, so I'm going to sign off. This was about the heart and a different kind of equanimity than the head. It requires involvement. It demands presence, and it is about our feet on this planet. You know, praying with our feet, maybe that's what it's about. Thank you so much for listening this long. Mwah.